if you're using a lead magnet in your cold outreach and you're still not booking meetings, I'm going to walk you through in this video the number one mistake that you are probably making and how to fix it. Okay. I feel like I could talk about this till I'm blue in the face because I've done this so many times. Now, this is something I used to do. My favorite lead magnet to do was a personalized video pitch. I would just ask if I can send something over via cold email. And then they would say, yeah, sure, send it over. And then my goal would be, this is old Ryan, to just deliver as much value as I possibly could in pretty much a long video. So I would end up sending a personalized video. It's 10, 15, 20, even in some cases, I did one that was like 25, 30 minutes long. These video pitches, like my goal, the way I was thinking was if I provide more value, they will want to meet with me. Now, here is the principle. People will only consume people will only consume the amount of information in relation to their current interest level. Okay? So if I'm just barely interested, let's just say, here's my interest level, and then here is my consumption level. So let's just say my interest level is only here. I will only ever consume up to there. I'm never going to consume more than my interest level will let me because it just feels like a waste of time. And so any high performer, anyone you want to do a deal with, they will feel like this is a waste of time to them unless they are interested in it, okay? So knowing that to be true, a lot of people, a current lead magnet strategy that we see a lot is they'll do a cold email and then they'll ask, can I send this over? And then they're pitching a lead magnet to the lead. The lead says yes, and then they send over what is known as the lead magnet. Let me see if I can draw a lead magnet. Cool. Okay. Now, when that lead magnet goes over, a lot of people, a lot of our clients, a lot of prospects that want to come and work with us, what their sales teams usually will do is sell over their capability sheet, their marketing assets, their pitch deck, their PDF, something that has their capabilities, something that has their sell sheet. If you're a manufacturer, a lot of our manufacturers, they have cut sheets. If you're a packaging company, a lot of them have a capabilities deck. That's what our clients have at least. Or if you are let's just say specialty manufacturer, you have your portfolio. That's another thing. We'll send over a portfolio. Like all these components, that's essentially a lead magnet. It's a marketing asset. And so then you'll send that over to them. Now, here's the biggest mistake. If we just talk about those things alone. So let's just say it's a cut sheet. Let's say it's a sell sheet, a pitch deck. It's something that you're just sending over and it's an attachment. It's a portfolio. What has to happen for that prospect is they now have to go through that and figure out how what it says on that particular cut sheet can actually help them. They need to do the work to figure that out. Now, this is so nuanced, so I hope you're picking this up. Go back to your cut sheet, go back to your pitch deck, whatever you do, and look at it, and you will find that these prospects now have to explain, okay, you have this capability, but how does that relate to my current situation? And they do not do the extra effort that's required to figure out how you can help them right now. They will not do that unless it's spelled out clear as day. Why? It's too much effort in relation to their interest level. There's nothing that's catering to their current interest level to spike it up. So that's what I'm saying about that measuring gap. Now, what actually happens? You send your cut sheet over, they review it, and it looks so similar to the 4 or 5 cut sheets that they already had, or the 4 or 5 pitch decks that they've gotten from all your competitors. So because their interest level it's so low and you're not doing anything to peak it up, they just decide, these guys look similar to everyone else. Let me just file this away into my emails folder and I'm going to go eat dinner. Because they're not interested, they don't want to spend more time than their interest level is. So we need to make sure that we get them the right information that gets them interested in more. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope it does. Oftentimes, they'll send over the cut sheet, and then the prospect has to figure out, let's do like some squiggly lines for the prospect trying to figure out what it is. Now, remember, they will only consume up to their interest level. So now, that being said, we need to create a lead magnet that is primarily geared towards their consumption and bringing their interest level up. Okay? So how do we actually do that? My favorite way to do this is still with a personalized video pitch, but with a much shorter one that shows that we research them and apply your capabilities to their current situation. It sounds so simple, but when you do it, when you truly do it and you're able to get it into 60, 90-second pitch, like very short, and you throw some social proof in there, you will see your booked calls skyrocket, just skyrocket. And you have to do this right. A small pitch, like a 60, 90-second pitch, it's not easy to do to get your social proof in there, show your capabilities, and show how you can help them. It's very challenging to do. But what you're trying to do is get them to consume the information to show that there is a reason why they should be more interested in what you have to offer. Okay, so one of the funnels that we've been able to use to close a lot of these deals, so we'll use an email. We'll also do a LinkedIn. Let me just draw the LinkedIn logo. I spend a lot of time in there, so I'm really good with the LinkedIn logo. That's pretty dang good LinkedIn logo. And so we send our outreach message. We do our CTA, which is like something like, can we send this over? I just don't want to draw it out on my iPad. And then after we do that, they say yes. And then what we do is we now send over our lead magnet. But we have our video pitch that's 60 seconds and is personalized to their situation. The watch rate on a 60-second video versus a 10-minute video, a personalized video, is, I think it was like 68 higher. It was like a 6% increase in the completion rate just because we had less time. We had to have them go through less information. And pretty much what we did, instead of sending the 10-minute video, we sent the 60-second video. Essentially what happened, just to give you a visual, if we draw our two graphs again, interest level and then consumption, the 10-minute video was up here in this range. And so then like people would get to this point in time, you could see it clear as day, and then they would stop watching. And so then we made the 60-second video and we're in this range. And that's the cool part about this, because now they're able to consume our message. That was the issue. They're able to consume our capabilities that are tied to their specific current situation. And then now we're able to actually get them to understand that they need to get on a call with us right now. And I know you're probably thinking like, all right, now the next thing is like, what do I say in the video pitch? That is why people come to work with us. But the best way I can describe it is research their current situation and then tie your capabilities to it. So there's a couple different things, a couple different like components. Let's just say you're a vendor of a retail brand, and you notice that retail brand, they had an announcement that they're expanding to 26 new locations this year. If you can understand that they're going to be expanding their entire supply chain for those 26 new locations, if you're involved in that, they're going to be kind of stressed, right? The 26 new locations, they might be kind of stressed because it's a lot of more extra work. So they might be looking for new vendors to help them. And so that's one way to tie your capabilities to their current situation. What that does is all we're doing is in that video, we're just taking their interest level from there to here. So now what's going to happen is we can get them to actually consume more information. And so when we get them to consume more information, they consumed more information from us than the next guy. And it's really just a game of getting their interest levels high enough to get them more information from you, and then interest, more information. And then what happens if we get enough info to them? They feel like we're the only vendor for them. That is marketing. That is how you get these deals done. That's how a marketer like myself is able to get deals closed for companies that come to us, and we don't even get on the calls. Your team gets on the calls. But the deals are closing because of all the info that the prospects consume. We now are the only vendors that they're thinking of. That's the magic of this. So remember, like a couple different principles, people will only consume up to their current interest level. And then also the more info that we can get them to consume, that's more info that they're consuming of ours than they are your competitors. And that's how you win deals. So if there's any video that deserves a like, a comment, a subscribe, it's this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Ryan Ogren, Money Make Marketing. Hope you enjoyed it. Talk soon.